What is going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of Blitz Box. Of course, thank you so very much for the amazing support on the last episode. It was absolutely incredible. Like, seriously, we had that 3,000 like goal, and you guys just blew past that in just a mere few hours. So thank you so very much for that. Let's see if we can match it on episode number 2, maintain that momentum going for another 3,000 likes. So with that in mind, let's get rocking and rolling. The first course of action is going to be to go ahead and set up our style. So a lot of you guys chose the Tatooine Desert as the way to rock. There were several different comments. Some were actually liked and thumbs up and stuff like that. So a lot of you guys really wanted to use the desert as our main theme. So sounds good to me. That's exactly what we'll be doing, and we are now set up, so to speak. All right, so second course of action is going to be actually to move this, because this is just our spawn point. So we're just going to move it right in the corner for now, because I don't really want it to be right in the center. And let's get to building, shall we, guys? So first things first. I was going to say I'm the realist, but I don't want to do that, because that would be weird. But I did mention it, so it's still weird. All right, so let's see. We need to find the... Whoa, what is that? That looks amazing. Look at that cube. That's pretty fantastic looking, seriously. Oh, this is all Death Star materials. Whoa, look at that. That looks pretty incredible. All right, I can't wait to use this stuff. This is going to be pretty awesome. For now, though, we're going to go ahead and try to find just the general platforming bits, and I don't necessarily know where those are, so I'm trying to cycle through these nice and quick here. Oh, there we go, terrain. Wow, didn't we already... I skipped terrain before, didn't I? Okay, so what we're trying to do is try to find the same terrain again, so these large platforms. That's not it, that's a cave ceiling. Wow, there's a lot of stuff to go through here. I hope we've not cycled through the same stuff already twice. Or thrice. 3 times would not be good at all. Ooh, that's a climbing wall. We could definitely use that later. That's fun. I didn't even know that that's available. I'm realizing, by the way, that there was a much faster way to do this. So, you know what? Actually, I think if I just... Oh, I can't move this block, can I? Ah, yay. Okay, I was hopeful that I could just select this block again and then paste that in, but it doesn't look like that is the case. Ooh, wait. Large terrain, but that's a wedge. We don't need a wedge. We need... Okay, there we go. So these are the blocks that we are looking for. These are the droids we're looking for, so to speak. So let's see. These are all flat terrains. Are there ones that are not flat? Yep, this is the non-flat ones. So this is the exact same block, like literally 1 for 1. So we need to just bring it down a little bit. Whoops. I forgot. How do you bring it down? I completely raise and rotate, R2. And there we go. Okay, so we need to make sure that that's perfectly aligned, because if it's not, that's not what we're going for. We're trying to get a perfectly aligned structure here. So here we are. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to lay down probably 9 of these as our, first core base. And then we'll add others throughout. But I think that having 9 of these as a beginning is a pretty good start. So we're going to have just a ginormous, essentially square shape. So it'll be a 3x3 shape for our first start here. And I think that's a pretty good decision, all things considered, because I just think it's going to allow us to kind of start things off in a very cool manner. And then additionally to that, going forward, when we want to do the interiors and such, we'll still have enough data for all that type of stuff. Now, of course, we can always create doors that lead to other toy boxes if the toy box gets a little bit too full, because these things obviously take up quite a bit of room as they are. Okay, so let's go ahead and color all this. We're going to go ahead and hit theme all, because we are certainly sure. And there's our uniform deserty theme, which is going to be interesting because we've never done a desert theme or anything. So this will be an intriguing start for sure. So now that we have that done, I would like to go ahead and find roads. So here are our roads, and let's try to figure this out. So we have our piece there. Is there a way to zoom out a little bit further? Because I'm trying to figure out where we want to put this stuff. So let's see. we can have the road going across the entire city, right? That would be a pretty good idea. So I think we'll do this. We'll have just the outskirts full of roads. So this is obviously a lot of setup work, but we kind of need to do this because every time that we don't set up the roads and everything and we end up doing it later, it doesn't turn out all that great, because the problem with it is that then you're trying to work around all the buildings and all the structures that you've built, and it's not really all that effective. Whereas if we have a general idea and a general layout out there, it's a lot easier to adjust as we go on. So that's exactly why I think it's best for this time to start things off by laying out a good foundation and a good road and a good system of sidewalks and routes, so to speak, that we can then utilize throughout the entire toy box here. So essentially that is exactly what we're doing here right now, is just trying to create a giant lap, almost like a racetrack, even though it's not a racetrack, which I know a lot of people are like, hey, build a racetrack. We'll build that stuff as well, don't worry. Yeah, all in due time, that's for sure. Now, of course, we are dealing with a desert theme, so maybe roads are not going to look the greatest on this theme. Luckily, again, we can always change the theme if we don't like it, so that's something that is really nice. But at the same time, I do think that we need, it would be kind of an interesting contrast if we have a desert theme, but then everything else is quite modern and quite kind of futuristic, because it's just going to create an interesting kind of contrast, you know, where you'd think, when you think of desert, you're like, yeah, it's probably all run down and, you know, not particularly new and rusty and so on and so forth. But that's not going to be the case here, because we're going to make everything nice and beautiful and polished and fantastic, and I hope that it will turn out quite well. Wow, I did not realize. Whoops. Okay, that's a problem. How do we go into spark mode? There it is, R1. It's been a little while, so obviously I'm also adapting to the controls again, so still relearning stuff. So let's see, we are almost there. So that's pretty good. That's a giant sidewalk. That is the longest sidewalk I think we've ever built in Disney Infinity. This is going to be crazy, but I think it's going to turn out quite cool. Once it's complete, I think it'll look really cool, because now we can always like remove a part and insert like one of these sidewalks in there, the junction pieces, and start building around that, like, you know, actual buildings and structures. And I think it's one of those things that it is a good investment right now. Obviously, it's taking quite a bit of time. It's going to take quite a bit of effort to lay all this out, but I think it's one of those investments that's going to pay off in the long run, because we'll be able to be a lot more organized in our designs. It won't be as sporadic or like feel so weird, because we'll have like an actual organization in a sense of structure and a sense of kind of knowing what we're actually going for. So I think in that sense, it's going to pay off big time for us for sure. All right, so we're almost done here. We have just a little bit further to go, and then we'll be able to go ahead and connect the entire route, so it'll be all layered out for us, which will be fantastic. And then we can get to work to actually starting to work on maybe one of these corners and figuring out what building we're going to put in there. So let's see. I think that I should probably put a turn already, right? I'm guessing that's how we did it on that side. I hope so. Or else this is going to turn out very poorly. Because you see, I'm worried that I could have got it closer. But the reason why I'm leaving some room, by the way, between the sidewalk and the actual ending is because later on I want to put up either a wall or something like that. Because you don't want to just have a giant cliff hanging off the ledge there. So that's obviously something we're going to need to adjust. So again, something that we'll be working on as we continue. Now, with that in mind, guys, you helped me decide the theme. I also want, obviously, to hear from you guys in terms of what it is that you want to see next. For example, do you guys think it's a good idea to do the arcade kind of area that we did before? Remember, where we built out another toy box that would take us to another area where there was almost an arcade kind of area? Because again, this is going to be very much kind of almost like a city or like a little town or village, and then we'll link that to interiors, we'll link that to other components and other areas throughout. And we'll have other Blitz boxes. Like, we could have a Blitz box that is themed after the Death Star, and we could call it, like, I don't know, Star Planets or something like that. I don't know. We'll come up with a much more clever name, not something that I just come up on the spot, obviously. But again, we that's the kind of thing that I want to ask you guys about and hear from you guys in terms of, hey, I think this would be a really neat idea, or I think that would be a neat idea. So definitely consider using the comment section down below to let me know what you would like to see specifically, because I'd love to have you guys collaborate on this project where you guys could come up with things that you want to see specifically. Then obviously there are some things that I've already got planned ahead. So again, if I don't build something, it doesn't mean that I think it's a bad idea or anything like that. It's much more so just a case of where I either have something else planned or something that is similar to maybe something you've suggested, and I just have a different take on it. So I just kind of keep that as a secret for future episodes to come, because I have ideas. I have quite a few ideas that I want to do already. Obviously things like this, there will be episodes that are more like this, where it's a lot more about foundation and a lot more about laying the groundwork and such, but then there will be episodes that are going to be a lot more exciting, where we're like building mini games and then playing the mini games and such. So Blitzbox, as it always has been, is going to be kind of a balance between those, you know, where we're going to have interactions that are a lot more exciting and have a lot more to offer and vibrant, but then there's going to be episodes that are a little bit more like this, where it's all about laying the foundation and figuring out how to get a decent structure going throughout the mode here. All right, so we're going to put another sidewalk junction here because I want this to essentially split off and go right down the toy box. All right, so I think we did pretty good work right here, all things considered. We have a route that is established all around, which is fantastic. So that is really, really, really great. And I guess this is about as good a time as any to begin some work on it. So this is exactly the kind of thing that I was talking about, where we'll be able to put a building, let's say right here, and then put a junction piece here, junction piece there, and sculpt a sidewalk around it. So that's the kind of thing that I was talking about in terms of having this in place is so very, very helpful, especially in long term. So let's see what we have here. Let's see what things we're going to establish first. Oh, I do want to put the mystery shack at some point. Okay, we're going to put that down at some point. Not yet, though. Let's see. What kind of buildings do we have here? Or set pieces, more importantly. There's the small world facade, the haunted mansion. All right, let's see what else do we have around here. Ooh, Avengers Tower, ladies and gentlemen. Do we put it down? Do we put down the Avengers Tower? I apologize if you guys are hearing my dog bark right now. Sorry about that. My apologies. My apologies. My apologies. And he's continuing to bark, but I will try to talk over it. Or look at that giant J. Jonah Jameson face right there. That looks pretty incredible. All right, so this is kind of more of a downtown area. So I kind of think that these would go more in the center. So I don't know that I want to have these buildings on the sides there. So let's just cycle through some of these other ones and see what else we could put down. Because I would like... Ooh, this would be kind of cool. Like a little bank, right? That sounds like a pretty good idea, actually. Why don't we go ahead and put down the bank here. I think it's actually better if it's facing this way. So we're going to go ahead and lay that down. Now we're going to enter into spark mode. And we're going to need to lower ourselves, or whoops, actually. Let me go ahead and exit this real quick. Where are we? All right, come on, Ultron. There we are. All right, so this is what I am intrigued by, because I hope that we can replace that piece. Instead, put a junction. Excellent. That works very, very well. All right, I love the way that that building fits, because we can literally just sculpt the sidewalk all around it, which is just perfect, except for this. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. That still works. That still works very well. We've got our sidewalk going all the way to this little build. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and put 2 junctions there instead, because I think it looks a little bit more welcoming, plus the gold kind of covers it up. So this will be the general Scrooge McDuck banking system, I guess, for the area. Now, we're just going to replace this and turn that into a junction piece as well, so that it looks more appropriate and good for just a general kind of audience. And look at that! We have our first little structure in place. I think this is a great idea. I think that, again, it's pretty awesome having access to all this stuff via these little routes and such. Let's see. Can I fly? Wait. Do I need to remove? Wait, why am I not flying up? Okay, there we go. All right. I want to fly in there because I don't remember what's inside. I've kind of forgotten. I do remember us putting down one of these structures in Blitzbox 2.0, so it's kind of a nice little homage to that. Whoa, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Lots and lots of gold. Bam. Ultron's like, I got this. Let's see, what does this do? Oh, no. Okay, that's bad news. Please open. Thank you. All right. Yeah, that would have been a problem if we couldn't get out. That would have been a big, big, major problem. All right, let's get out of here. So there we are. We've made it out of this crazy, crazy structure. And now we can start figuring out some additional bits. So now, for example, some stuff for decorations, because that's important as well. We want to have it be quite believable, is to put maybe lights at like little junction points, wherever there's a turn or something like that. So we could put another one right there. I think that works very well. Maybe another one in this corner. And again, we'll add these throughout as we build out the box more and more. We can obviously add these to fit in better and better. So there we are with the lights in place. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Now, let's see. I'm trying to see what else is around here that we could maybe utilize in some interesting fashion. Maybe a garbage can, why not? You know, you don't want people to be polluting, so, or loitering. So we're gonna go ahead and just throw down a couple of garbage cans there. Because again, it's those tiny little details that are gonna bring things to life, and that's what's gonna make the city feel actually somewhat real. So to speak. Of course, I know it's not real. I know that. You don't have to be like, oh, this is not a real thing. I know. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying that it's components like this that will make it feel much more realistic. So, I'm thinking we want to put... I don't want to have, like, building after building after building, because I think that will look kind of boring. So, I do want to have, like, a little area that will be almost like a park. So, we'll probably put that, like, right here. So, for that to work, though, let's see. How close can we put this? Would I be able to fit 2 of these? Let's just see. Okay, so we have 2. And then maybe something smaller. Like this little tree. Nope, that does not work. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what would be the proper length to make these into... Okay, wait, you know what? What if we just took this... and then tried to get it... Okay, so is that the closest you can get it? Is about yay? Oh, okay, that's not great. I guess we'll just put that there. Then go ahead and grab this. Then transfer it over a little bit right there. Pardon me, guys. I'll be right back. Alrighty, sorry about that, guys. Just had to attend to that, so I apologize about that. Alright, so let's see. We've got these positioned out. So this will be good. I'm going to leave that as it is. Now, I'm trying to essentially sculpt out a shape, so that then the park could be housed within this area, so to speak. So we're going to make this hopefully work. Wait, can I rotate it? Okay, perfect. So let's see. I want this to match. So I'm just going to shift this over. Is that right? Oh, no, I moved it a little bit. Okay. Whoops. Nope. All right, I hope that that is even. Okay, so now what we're going to do is our final little course of action here. Let's see. Do I exit? Yes, I do. I guess I can't have any interactions there. Is we're going to change... Let's see. I guess we'll change this to a junction piece. And then we'll have that going inwards. Like so. Then, is there going to be enough room for another one? Let's see. I guess the one way to find out is to just put it down and see if it works. Alright, excellent. So this is kind of what I wanted, is to have like a nice little walk within the park, because I think it'll be nice, all things considered. So let's see. Where do we put that down? Yikes. Well, this, first of all, it's uneven. I can already see that. And this did not go as planned. Okay, so we have 1, 2... 3, 4, 5. I need it to be right here, right? Wouldn't that make it even? So then we need to move those a little bit wider, don't we? Yeah. That unfortunately will not work the way that I'd wanted to. Okay, so we're gonna go into spark mode. We're gonna move this a little bit. Oh man, I kind of wish that it would have worked perfectly, but it doesn't seem like it's going to. So instead, we'll move this a little bit wider. We're gonna have to just make this whole thing stand out a little bit further than initially intended. So I think that goes here, and then that goes there. Now, go into Spark mode, remove that. Exit Spark mode completely. And let's see. Wait, didn't I remove? Okay, I was gonna say, didn't I remove that? Now, let's see. If I take this piece away, correct? That should work. If I take down a junction piece, then we take a regular sidewalk and we kind of layer this out forwards. Then we use a curved sidewalk piece to curve into the angle. And we connect this, and that works, ladies and gentlemen. That works very, very well indeed. So within this little area, we'll obviously add more decorations and have a much more interesting thing to look at. But I think that this is a pretty good start. Like, we got a really nice road going along the entire outside rim of our toy box or Blitz box. And now we have a little park area that's going to be like a nice little hangout area before we put another building or something busier over here. And additionally to that, of course, we have our bank right there looking quite awesome sauce-some. So, it's, I know it's a little on the nose. It's like, bam, look at that dollar sign. That's a bank. Nonetheless, ladies and gents, thanks all for watching another episode of Blitzbox. I will catch all you lovely folks next Wednesday. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys later, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.